There's another good debate that comes up whenever it comes to big games, and you see it in domestic football and European clashes as well. When you see the half scarves that it has the two teams that are playing. Well, LME, I know that you saw this, you shared this.
This is amazing.
This is somebody who's not quite sure whether they're supporting Mexico or whether they're supporting Argentina. Where do you stand on these shirts, LME?
Yeah, so I watched him being interviewed talking about this, and obviously he comes from Guadalajara, Mexico, and obviously half of the people that go up to him go, "You're insane." The other half are thinking, "I love this." Look, if this was Peru and you had Peru on one side and Argentina on the other one, I'd be like disgusted, because I do generally am disgusted by that. Your allegiance should just go one way, and that is it. However, Messico, it's a pretty damn good pun. So I'm going to give him a few points for that. I kind of like that. But when I posted it, Kay, everybody on Twitter was just like, no, he needs to go to jail for this.
So it really is just a love for Messi then. There's no family history.
He's just one of those players that attracts them. Yeah. What do you think, Gab?
I'm pretty old school when it comes to this. And look, I've learned in my old age, I learned not to judge. This is the equivalent of the cretins wearing the funny costumes. We saw some Mexican dude riding a fake horse. We saw some other guy who's dressed in a World Cup costume. Like, I've come to accept that the World Cup is something different. It's different from football. It's different from real football. The way I understand club football. You don't get dressed up. You don't do this. And you know what? I will bet you, and there's nothing wrong with it. This dude, right down to his manicured little mustache, right down to his little man bag and stuff. You want to make a bet? He may be from Guadalajara. Do you want to make a bet that in the last 12 months he's been to as many Guadalajara or Chivas games as I have, which is zero? Good point. Do you want to make a bet?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree. I'm giving him points on Messico. Okay, what do you think?
And you know what? Gab brings up a great point, even though it feels like he is kind of against it. It is a good point in that at the World Cup, you just see different things. And I did see a viral video as well of a Saudi Arabian fan taking off his shirt, and he had the Poland shirt on underneath, and he was clearly a huge Lewandowski fan.
It's what Gab said.
But so many of these fans also will be following different teams domestically. They probably do have an idol of a player in another one. They may even be they may have got tickets for the route that team could go on if they get through. I don't mind it too much, you know?
Yeah, Gab said it perfectly in another episode. People that go to the World Cup are not actually football fans. They're like, they're not the majority of it. I mean, excluding my Peruvian brethren, like when we made it to Russia in 2018, I guarantee you every single one of them. But overall, generally speaking, you know, they're not really there. They're there for the experience and everything. I mean, come on. I'm giving you points on Mexico on the mustache. That's it.
Gab, before you say what you're going to say, there's a comment in the chat asking if Gab would wear an Italy-Germany 50-50 shirt.
No, why?
I knew where the answer was going.
No.
Go on, Gab.
They're World Cup fans, and that's fine. Right? And again, not everybody. I mean, depending on location. I'll tell you what. You mentioned the Saudis there, right? Saudi Arabia is the one country that you can drive to Doha from. And in fact, if you have a match ticket, there's no visa. I think there might not be visa. I've seen so many Saudis here. And I would say those guys are legit. You know, maybe they support whatever, Al Nasser, whatever, domestically. And I've seen people just make the drive. They just want to be in Doha, you know, while Saudi Arabia is playing. They don't actually have tickets to the game or whatever. But in general, these guys who come from far away, it's a slightly different breed. If on top of that, they start wearing the funny costumes, again, not my bag. It's like, look, it's like, remember a few years ago, like, I mean, you were an actor, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Kay, I'm about to mention somebody who was English. Remember they made that movie about, was it the guy who was king of England, but he stuttered and he had to learn how to go and control his speech and stuff like that.
The King's Speech.
It was all very inspirational.
Yeah, the King's Speech.
Yeah.
Colin Firth shares my birthday.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth's father.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So I have a friend who said, like, oh, you need to watch it. You like film. This is so good. And I thought, this is all my least favorite things in it. Why would I ever want to watch this film, right? Colin Firth, who most women in my life have a crush on, and makes me feel insecure.
Mr. Darcy,
a guy with a speech impediment. the royal family, a bunch of posh people talking posh. I mean, why would I ever want to watch this? And I feel a little bit like this. It's great. Enjoy. I'm sure it's high quality. It's just not for me.
So you're not a fan of The Crown, I take it.
No, that's different. That's
all right.
different because
this is the ESPN FC Daily World Cup podcast.
All right. Well, I think we can all agree
with that Germany shirt.
Yeah.
Why? Can I say something? It is a sign of major malfunction. If you wear a Germany shirt and you're not German or you don't have specific ties with Germany, I'm sorry, it is a bit of a sign that there's something not quite, some sort of chemical imbalance of some kind, right? It's just not right.
Okay, I'm sending Gab a German shirt, like right.
Gab's, I'm going to have to put Gab on a Zoom to my kids because they were born in America. They've got an Italian dad and an English mum. And all being well for England and Italy, they've got some decisions to make in 4 years' time.
But that's fine. Look, I'm sorry. Look. If you're Italian and your kid's Italian and English, you want to wear England shirts, you want to be England fans, that's fine. Like the Italian side of your family is not going to see that as a threat. Because let's face it, it's England, right? But when we talk Germany, this is a pretty major thing. Max respect. And if you want to send me a Germany shirt, that's fine. I have tons of German friends. I also have friends who are masochists and enjoy that kind of stuff. That's fine. I'm sure we can put it to very good use.
All right. Jules. So I said Jules will wear the shirt. Anyway.
He'll wear any shirt, man.
Yeah, he has a million. He has a million.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.